Welcome back. On our commodities market update today, we'll be talking about melon seeds, popularly known as egusi. Apart from being a widely consumed condiment for making African sauces, melon seed oil is also very popular because of its low cholesterol and attractiveness for healthcare and building immunity. The price of melon seed has remained relatively stable compared to the prices of other condiments, which have increased in the last month and is currently trading at 75,000 naira per bag. Let's talk more about the price and demand of this commodity with Juliet Adenuga, research analyst at Financial Derivatives Company. Hello, Juliet. Great to have you.
Hello, Larry. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah, thank you. So what do you think is likely to happen to the price and demand for melon seed as planting season shortages kicks in during the April-May months? Also considering the impact of Ramadan fasting that starts like next week.
Thank you. The fact is that melon seed is price inelastic. And that is going to affect what happens to it during this shortage period. Usually it's supposed to be a case of shortage leading to increase in price, but because it is an inelastic product or good, it's going to have little or no effect in the demand. Bearing in mind that Ramadan is also around the corner and there will be more demand for goods and services, especially foodstuff. The impact is that even the demand won't have much impact on the price of egusi. Even the change in price too won't have a much impact on the demand of egusi. It is just meant for thickening of soup in particular. That's the main reason people use egusi. So the demand for it won't have much change because of the price inelasticity property that it has.
Interesting. So the demand for melon seeds spiked during the COVID period because some people believe that it was good as a prophylactic. Now the vaccines have come and the demand for most of these mythical substitutes will fall. What do you think will be the impact of this on demand, price, and supply of melon seeds?
So you want to know whether the demand for melon seed will decrease or the impact it will have due to COVID vaccines being available now. It will definitely affect it because now that the COVID vaccine is available, the demand will drop with the proportion at which it was increased. Usually, egusi was not needed as a prophylactic, but with the COVID issue on ground, people saw the oil from the egusi as a prophylactic to prevent diseases, to build up immunity. Apart from egusi, other things were also used like abo, ginger, garlic. They were all used and the demand increased. But with the availability of the vaccine now, and then the impact it's going to have on the demand for egusi, and that proportion with which it increased is going to also decrease and will get back to the normal state, that the demand will get back to what it was before the onset of the COVID-19 virus impact.
All right. Well, when the land borders were closed, some traders claimed that the price of egusi increased because of shortages arising from border closure. Now that the borders are open, there are some that are now saying that egusi is now being smuggled out of Nigeria. What do you think the impact of the border closure and reopening will be on the outlook of egusi in the second quarter and third quarter?
For the second and third quarter of 2021, the impact that this will have is that there will still continue to be this issue of movement across borders for melon seed. The border closure was not a perfect arrangement because in spite of the fact that 65% of the total production of egusi in West Africa is from Nigeria, yet we also have to consider the fact that about 40% of GDP is the informal sector. So that there was border closure didn't mean that smuggling wasn't taking place. Smuggling will always take place because everything depends on the exchange rate. People will always move into the area where there is a shortage in order to make more revenue or make more income. So the border closure wasn't a perfect arrangement, and the exchange rate is what drives the rate at which people move their goods and services, depending on where they will get more. So with the opening of the border, it depends on where supply is, where there is shortage, where people will make more. What is exchange rate doing in Nigeria? When the naira is weak, it's more affordable for people to buy from here. But when there is, if the neighboring countries are more attractive in terms of what the farmers or the producers will get, they will still tend to export more. So with the opening of the borders, that makes it easier for them to be able to sell more of their produce across the borders and make more income. Although it's going to be good for the economy in terms of increase in foreign exchange, it might also impact the availability of egusi in the local markets and the supply. And it might also cause a hike in the price.
All right, we'll keep tracking that commodity. Juliet Adenuga, research analyst at Financial Derivatives Company. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.